Welcome everybody to Tech Talk here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group, securities offered by MoneyBlock. The market is still firmly in the green. You see all the major indices, the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, all in the green. But what we want to do here in Tech Talk is take an opportunity to look at the charts, do a little technical analysis, give us some perspective, paint a picture, and take a look at what the options are telling us as far as what the expectation is of what that picture could potentially look like going into the future. So with that being said, let's jump right in. And today what I want to do is take advantage of an opportunity to look at what's remaining on the earnings cycle. And there's a couple names that are going to be announcing after hours tonight, so you're going to be able to immediately have some context after what we talk about. You can write them down. You can take a look at how the underlyings moved and really do some homework and be able to see it. This is transparent. This is going to be something that you're going to love. All right, so taking a look at some of the names that are going to be reporting after hours tonight, two most notable are going to be Flow, is Flowers Foods. It's ticker symbol FLO. Stock's trading at around 1596. It's up around about almost 2%, 1.98%, up about 31 cents. Currently, right now, the options are pricing in for the stock moving into this binary event earnings of moving either up or down $1.25. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to move. Some of you have asked, gotten a lot of emails on how you generating this plus minus or this potential movement in the underlying. I'm utilizing the front month options, closest expiration cycle, and I'm pricing out utilizing a formula that incorporates price action, days to expiration, as well as implied volatility. And I'm getting the expected move that the options market makers are pricing in for potential movement. Now, some of you might ask, why is that important or why do they do that? Well, options are a right to be either long or short the market. And if I'm going to, as a market maker, buy or sell these rights to you or from you, then I have to price in my ability to make some potential money on whatever I'm buying or whatever I'm selling. Here, what they're doing is pricing in what they forecast the potential move during that period of time in the underlying stock, right? That's the way option pricing works. A former market maker here, so that's what we did. And right now for Flow, Flowers Foods going into earnings, they're pricing in the potential of the stock to move either up or down about $1.25. Now, does it have to move that much? No. The implied volatility, as I just mentioned, is part of that calculation of the estimated move. It's currently running at around 50%. If you look at the implied volatility over the last 52 weeks, that's ranking at the top end. It's at 93%. That's telling you that the market makers are expecting a potential violent move in Flower Foods. Now, it is up almost 2% today. It is a $15 stock. It's pricing in the potential to move almost 10% into earnings. So that's why 93% now means something to you. When you see, now that you're going to go look at the options, you're going to go look at the implied volatility and see how that level is comparative to where it's been over the last 52 weeks. And you see that it's on the upper end of the range. If you are looking at flowers, if you're positioned in flowers, when you hear about Flowers Foods and you know that it has an IV rank of 93%, you know it's going to move. Now, looking at the technicals, the 50-day moving average comes in at around 1520. So right now we have the stock above midterm support. The 200-day moving average, which is that longer-term support, is at 1740. So the stock really needs to get up, needs to move about $1.40 to challenge that 200-day moving average. The options are pricing in the potential for it to do it. The probability that it's going to get there is less than 20%. But the point being is that you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, now I have some perspective. I have perspective in the fact that the stock is up. It's bullish at this point in time. Pretty much everything across the board is up right now except managed healthcare and bonds, a few currency names as well. But you're seeing that the options are pricing in for this almost $16 stock, the ability to move about $1.25 either up or down into this binary event. Implied volatility is telling you there is an expectation of a heightened potential violent move. And you have midterm support at 1520. That's the 50-day moving average. And you have upside resistance at 1740, which is a 200-day moving average. This is a lot of transparency, folks. You now have a picture of what's going on into this binary event and looking forward on what you would want to do. So this is a pretty cool way of looking at it. Now, the next name I want to take a look at is Shake Shack, ticker symbol SHAK. Stock's currently trading right around 33.30, up about 74 cents today, or around 2.27%. Now, looking at the options, they're pricing in the potential for this stock to move into earnings either up or down about $2.32. So you're getting basically a 6 or 7% move being priced in, potentially priced in the options for the stock to potentially move. Implied volatility, though, on the lower end of the volatility ranking curve. It's at 33% is the implied volatility, and the IV rank is at 33%. So there's not a heightened expectation of big violent moves for the stock, even though they're pricing in a 6% move. The 50-day moving average is coming in at 33.67, which is right above where the stock is currently trading. There's been some decent volume today. The 200-day moving average is at 36. So you have your midterm and your long-term averages right now, moving averages, acting as resistance. A break above 33.67 could be a catalyst for more interest, because now, if in fact they can hold that level, there is some support level, and that was a previous support level and some price action. Now, taking a look at some stocks that are going to be reporting in the open that we'll talk about tomorrow morning in the What's Hot Now at 9:30 Eastern Time. Look at some of the consumer staple names, and specifically Cott Corporation, ticker symbol COT. Now, stock's trading right around 13.14, has some decent volume. Yes, it's a relative cheap stock. It's up about 0.3%, and which right now is about 4 cents. But the options are pricing in the potential for the stock to move either up or down, plus or minus 87 cents. The implied volatility is currently running at 48%. That's on the lower end of its IV rank, only in the 37% percentile as far as implied volatility rank, so it's on that lower third. Right now, the 50-day moving average is coming in at 14.27, which is about $1 and some change below or above where the stock is currently changing. So now you know where resistance is on the midterm, and the 200-day moving average is at 14. So if you can actually get a pop in the stock post earnings, and it looks like it could challenge that 200-day moving average, you now have what's long-term resistance turning into potential support. We're going to keep an eye on that tomorrow morning after they announce. Now, there's a bunch of consumer discretionary names that are going to be announcing tomorrow morning as well. And we're going to watch those very closely, because we know that the consumer discretionary space and sector is one where, hey, that really gives some definition on how strong the economy is. We've been hearing a lot of things about consumer credit. It's at the best levels that we've seen in a couple of years. The consumer seems to be strong. We have some dollar strength. Let's see what plays out there. But one of the more notable names that's going to be reporting tomorrow is going to be Kohl's, ticker symbol KSS. Stock's trading at 46.10. It's up about $2.14, or around 4.86%. Now, the options are pricing in the potential for the stock going into this earnings announcement to move either up or down about $3.66. That's a pretty significant move. Again, another 6 to 7% move. Right now, the implied volatility is running around 46%, which gives it right in that midterm level of implied volatility range. So there is a heightened expectation of potential violent move about mid-range. The 50-day moving average comes in at 43.74, so that's going to be your midterm support. The 200-day moving average comes in at 42.50, which is your long-term support. So you can clearly see that there are support levels that are priced in here. The options are pricing in the potential to move either up or down about $3. So watch those 43.74 and 42.50 as your initial support levels on the stock, as far as the 50 and 200-day moving average. Ralph Lauren, ticker symbol RL, they're also going to be announcing tomorrow morning before the market opens. Stock's trading at 102.44. It's up about $3.53 or 3.57%. The options are pricing in the potential for this stock to move either up or down about $8.25 in front of this announcement. The implied volatility is running at 44%, which gives it an IV rank of around 86%. That's telling you that the options market makers are anticipating a high potential of some violent moves here, and that could be violent either up or down. Implied volatility is not directionally biased. The 50-day moving average comes in at 100, and the 200-day moving average comes in at 96.80. So the stock is trading above its midterm and long-term support levels. So those will be areas that if the stock does pull back on the earnings announcement, those are going to be the levels that you're going to watch for support. SodaStream, ticker symbol SODA. This is going to be the last name that we're going to talk about in Tech Talk. Trading at $27.10, down 70 cents. Stock's down about 2.5% today. The options in soda are pricing in the potential for the stock to move about $3.70 either up or down, right? So you're really actually seeing over an 11% potential move being priced into the stock going into the earnings. The implied volatility is being run at 54%. That gives it an IV rank of right around 61%, so that you got it in the upper 2/3. So there is a heightened expectation of potential violent moves here in soda. The 50-day moving average comes in at $25.99, and the 200-day moving average comes in at $20.71. So the stock would have to drop pretty precipitously to challenge that long-term support, but we could see a potential challenge of that midterm support, the 50-day moving average at $25.99. So those are your support levels that you're going to watch on soda, but it is right now basically down a little bit in the red going into earnings tomorrow morning. So now that you got a technical as well as a technical from the charts, as well as some pricing estimated move visibility into these names, now you can write them down, put them on your watch list, watch them as they trade, learn from this. Now you can utilize this way to look at stocks and anticipate what their potential moves are. So with that being said, we're going to close up Tech Talk today. It's been a very, very volatile, incredible day. Now that we have new president, new senators, new congressmen, people. And we're going to be talking at 4:30 on the closing bell about all this action. We'll wrap it up, basically get you set up for overnight action, and then we'll see you tomorrow morning. So join us at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the closing bell today. Till then, have a great rest of the trading day, and we'll talk to you soon.